Happy full moon, everyone. This is Artemis Lore from the Coven page. I am so glad to be here on the last supermoon of the year. We are going into our winter time out here in the U.S. And, I'm just super excited. If you haven't taken a look outside at the moon, we have about another day that you will see this huge moon up out in the sky. And this moon is in Taurus. And it also happened on Friday, Venus Day, for love and success. So Friday is good for love and money. All right. So I would say this is a good luck moon, but also many people do rituals to release and let go, because after the full moon, the moon will be waning down. All right. And this is, for the next couple of weeks, just releasing, shedding, and letting go. Many people do banishing spells on full moon nights. Okay. Now, and this is why on my last YouTube short, I did a small little just, talking about what the full moon meant for me and transformation, if you want to check that out. And I know a lot of people are like, what is she talking about? It made total sense to me, but sometimes I may have a spontaneous thought that I would like to share with the world. And sometimes I do that. So the other thing I wanted to talk about really quick, I'm doing mobile views here on YouTube for a reason. And that's because a lot of people use their phones more than their computers and tablets. I just thought it would be easier. Will I come back to full view, on a computer setting? I may not, but this feels more genuine. It feels more comfortable for me. So I just want to add that really quick. The next thing I wanted to talk to you guys about was moon water. All right. Moon water. Now, many people have different ways on how they make their moon water and what they use their moon water for. This one is a moon water that I drink. It makes me feel brand new. It makes me feel refreshed. It helps me keep my skin clear. All right. It helps remove any toxins in my body. It helps remove negativity. And it gives me a lot of positive energy. So with this, what I do essentially is grab some fruit. It could be raspberries, lemons, oranges, and then I will add my herbs like thyme, rosemary, even cooking sage. And I will fill this up all the way with drinking water. Okay. Shake it up, put it outside, maybe even put a crystal on top, or put it in my windowsill when I know there's a full moon outside, because the full moon energizes the water. Okay. And so this one I actually made the night before the full moon, because I celebrate the full moon about 2 to 3 days. It's rare that I will only celebrate the full moon on one day or one night, because the energy is so strong within, 72 hours, all right, of the full moon's phase. Now, with that being said, before I go into Witchy Hacks 8 through 10, the full moon rituals that I do, I have started to condense my full moon rituals. If you are a student from 2022 and 2023, you know that I used to do these really long, drawn out rituals. So what I did was I made my own goddess ritual, and I put it in my book, Learn Witchcraft from a Different Perspective, that is on Amazon. But, really, you don't have to get it out of a book. You can make your own full moon goddess chant, or whatever spirits, you talk to, or even for yourself. It could be a self-love chant for yourself and to the universe. What I was going to say is I'm willing to give free PDFs, not of the whole book, but of the full moon ritual, the way I do it, which should be about 2 or 3 pages long. If anybody wants to practice or see how I do mine, I'm willing to email you those 3 pages for free. And I will leave my contact below. And that way you can see how somebody else does something differently. All right. And if you want to give it a try. And the reason I did that, I changed what I usually do for my book, and I'm willing to share, is because the way that I learned how to do full moon rituals and full moon nights were pretty long, extensive, and very, very deep. And very, I want to say, invocating a lot of spirits. And, so I wanted to do something that would not make, I wanted to write something and do something that would not make people feel uncomfortable or like weirded out, because this stuff is serious. It's serious. All right. Let's go ahead and go into Witchy Hacks 8 through 10. All right. So for Witchy Hacks number 8, now I'm going to do a little bit of a disclaimer. Witchy Hacks number 8 does talk about a baneful jar. Now, before we get into Witchy Hacks number 8, there is a question of ethics when it comes to baneful jars. And some people just like to do it for fun. But this is different. This is more with the purpose. This is more returning unfair negative energy that was sent to you back to the senders. All right. If you believe it is unfair, and this really can't harm anyone. But if you do like to make baneful jars, if you do like to do that stuff for justice and retribution, this can be something that you can do. Now, if you do know how to do an egg cleansing, this is an optional step after you've done your egg cleansing. So Witchy Hacks number 8, after you've done your egg cleansing, you can make a baneful jar with it, which is optional, and store it in a dark place to trap the sender. Now, many people will say, don't leave that negative energy in your home. Flush it down the toilet. Put some cayenne pepper or something in some hot sauce or some black pepper in that and toss it. That is true. But I am the one that learns hands-on. All right. And different techniques sometimes just come to me, and I'll try different things to see how they work. Have I done this? Yes, I have. I have cleansed my whole body. And instead of, just dropping egg in water, and if you really want to know how I do my egg cleansings, you can email me and I'll show you how to do it. I'll teach you how to do it. Or you can really just look at one of my classes when I do it. I'll send you information on that, and then you can actually see how I do this. If you believe and you know for a fact that somebody has unfairly sent something your way or tried to do something to you, you can take advantage of this on the next full moon if you like. You can try it. You don't have to if it makes you feel uncomfortable. But let me just show you something. I'm going to show you something and see how you feel about this. So if you did your egg cleansing and you got this, how would it make you feel? Now, does this mean that it's always somebody else sending you negativity? It could actually be your own energy. It could actually be your own energy. It doesn't have to be negative energy, but it could actually be just, you may have been upset or worried, or, something was just off and you could feel it, and you just needed it off of you altogether. It may not have come from anyone. You can still make a baneful jar. So you basically would take your egg and the water and everything, your herbs, whatever, and put it in a jar and put your baneful, put whatever it is you use. I'm not going to make a video about how to make baneful jars. That is also something you can email me and ask me about. But baneful jars, in my opinion, are for justice and retribution. That's all I have to say about that. Okay. You can imagine it like somebody walking up to you and slapping you right in your face. Now, you may want to react, or you don't know what you're going to do, right? Just imagine finding out from, your own senses, your own intuition, or a reader or somebody you trust that knows how to do egg readings and lets you know that this is something that was sent to you. Or maybe somebody that you know is giving off hints and it's starting to make you feel emotional in a certain way. Do your egg cleansing, put them in a jar, and call it a day. Okay. Now let's go to Witchy Hacks number 9. And I hope that really helps you. All right. I hope that's very explanatory for you. So Witchy Hacks number 9. Now this is important because on a full moon, on a Friday night, this is actually something that you can do, okay? Or even if the moon is waxing and it's a Friday for Venus Day. So if your love spells are not working, and this is very important. I've tried this before. You can try it. I cannot promise you will get results. On a waxing moon or a full moon on a Friday night, if you've done love spells or have had love spells done and they are not working, you can try using a red candle on a Friday night and draw the Venus symbol and have it somewhere nearby, okay? And meditate on bringing your true love to you, all right? And you can do that on a full moon night. It's very simple. Sometimes I will actually draw the Venus symbol, okay? And have my candle right in the middle. And I'll just sit there and I will meditate, whether it's for me or even one of my clients or somebody else that needs my help. This is something you can try. All right. And say your own intention, say your own spell, talk about what you want, or just imagine it as you are meditating and see if you can pull that Venus love energy to you. Okay. Now, Witchy Hacks number 10, it's pretty straightforward. And I decided to make this because I know a lot of people take their ashes and make black salt. But what about taking your ashes from your petitions that you have burned on full moons and blowing them out into the air and allowing the wind to carry them where they need to go? Whatever it is, whatever you've asked for, whatever you've, whatever goals or banishing, because a lot of people do banishing rituals on a full moon, whatever it is that you're either letting go or, that you want to happen, and you write it down on a piece of paper and burn it, you would want to take, those ashes and allow them to float off into the wind. It's like blowing a wish out into the air. I'm just going to go ahead and pull one card, just one for the collective. Whatever card we get, whether it is, right side up, face down, upside down, whatever. We're going to take this as a, ooh. Okay. Well, there it is. I feel like this 9 of coins is somebody who was mistreated, somebody who was mistreated, somebody who has, I feel like you were mistreated and you've watched somebody's karma hit them like in the worst way. It was something you never thought was going to happen. You just never thought this was ever going to happen. And, this is your justice. This is your retribution time. There's like doors opening up for you. Things are starting to turn around. But at the same time, I feel like this person is, I feel like you are the one that is celebrating watching their karma. And, there's a lot of like Saturn energy right now and, karmatic lessons that have ended. So I would say this. you can now celebrate. Just go ahead and celebrate. I know the other person is not happy seeing you happy. It doesn't matter. They cannot stop your happiness no matter what they try to do. And the things that they are going through right now is because they continuously try to stop you from your blessings. So go ahead and celebrate. Celebrate that victory, celebrate that win, celebrate that getting through it, celebrate that shadow work, celebrate all the pain and the hurt it took you to get to this point, and even for your future. Okay, so even for your future, we have a new year coming up, and, it's all about looking forward to, having success and love and peace. We don't talk enough about having peace in our lives, so congratulations. And, I always said to people, don't look for karma too much, because that can also be a karmatic effect. Don't look for karma. Don't look for other people's bad karma so much to enjoy it so much, unless you feel like it is a very just reason. They have really done something foul, and now you get to sit back and laugh, but also play that with caution. Don't look for somebody's bad karma so much that you put so much energy into wanting it and seeing it and feeling it that it becomes a karmatic effect for you in your life as well. All right. So with that, I'm going to go. Thank you so much for tuning in. Hopefully this has been helpful for you. And please don't forget your moon water. Bye. Blessed be.